This is Max Payne Griffin, UFC welterweight, and you are watching Cage Side with Christopher James.
What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell's Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuit. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Fill up the deuces. There you go, baby.
Hey, good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to Cage Side with Christopher James. I'm Christopher James. Happy Labor Day. Hope you all will be partying, but safely partying. If you're out drinking and doing that shit, make sure you get an Uber or a Lyft or a buddy who's not drinking to get you on home because, you know, we want everybody to be safe, you know, but have a good fucking time. You know what I'm saying? You're allowed to have a good fucking time, so have a good fucking time. Now, over the weekend, we had a little UFC action, fucking big main event, UFC Paris, first time in Paris. The show was a big success. The crowd was popping. Robert Whittaker does it again, takes out Marvin Vettori. That was an awesome fight. So if you watched that event, it was great. I enjoyed the hell out of that event. And then, of course, Ciryl Gane and Tai Tuivasa. What a fucking fight those two guys put on. Fucking unbelievable action. Tai is a tough son of a bitch, a warrior, but man, he got put down by Ciryl Gane, who is afraid of my man Curtis Blaydes. Curtis Blaydes said, I got next. And Ciryl, everybody calls him Ciryl Gane. That's the fucking joke, you know, the memes. Oh, went for breakfast, but my cereal gone. How stupid, but funny at the same time. Anyway, Gane came out and said he wants another fight, but he did say that he would not fight Curtis Blaydes. And he knows why, because Curtis Blaydes will put him on the ground and ground and pound to death. But that's it on that stuff right there. We might jump back into that UFC card a little bit later on, but I got my first guest standing by. He's tan. He's looking good. He's got his AirPods in. He's got the shades on. He's ready to party. He just signed a UFC contract, so life is good for this young man. And I say young man because he's a young man to me, because I'm 53 years old. He's 32 years old. He's not typically, and Dana White even said it on the contract night, Dana White's Contender Series, Dana's not looking for guys that are 32 years old. But if you want to get in at 32, show him why. And this guy did. Without a doubt, man, he's going to be an exciting addition to the featherweight division. We are going to bring him in right now for the very first time. Joining us on the show from the West Coast, man, Cali time. You know what I'm saying. Here he is, El Animal, Blake Bilder. What's up, G?
What's up, man? Living my best life, brother.
Fucking hey, look at you all. Like if I took my shirt off like that, like, you know, it's like, I don't want to say it's just not the same. It's just not the fucking same.
Go. Yeah, you just got a little bit more brown sugar, you know?
Yeah, it's like you guys can't see it, but it's like Prince. Prince didn't have a lot of chest hair, but he would take his shirt off all the time. You know, so I got that Prince fucking hairdo. So Blake, your first time on the show. So tradition, when I start the show, I pull out the big bong, do a big bong rip.
Oh, there you go, man. Get after it.
Got to get after it, man.
Yeah, man.
So while I'm doing this, before we get into your fight and how you got to the Contender Series and all that, you know, background stuff and all the traditional, you know, we got to get all the information. But before we get into that, I saw a video today. I think it was of you yesterday unboxing some Gucci shoes. So tell us about the Gucci shoes, and you got them Gucci shades on too. Give us a little insight to the Gucci love, because you pimping right now, dog.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's you know, it's like I really like it because when everybody asks me, they're like, man, how you been living? I'm like, man, I told Cormier the day of, I was like, man, I'm blessed and highly favored. But I would always say, like, man, I'm good in Gucci. I'm Gucci, you know? I'm Gucci. And so I always liked the designer stuff, but I thought that I couldn't afford it, you know, and all of that's just like limitations that we put on ourselves. So now it's just like, man, everything's Gucci. That's just like that's just how it is, bro. You know, we're living life, we're enjoying ourselves, we're having fun, we're hanging out with high quality people, doing high quality things, living a high quality life, and it's all Gucci, bro.
It's all Gucci, man. So, have you put those Gucci shoes on the feet yet? Have you tested them out? Have you tried them on? Have you like taken a little walk in them, or do you not want to get them dirty?
Yeah, I tested them out. I put them on just to see if they fit. They fit like a glove. So, you know, that'll be for a special occasion. You know, I've been building up a little collection of the Jordan retros. I got the Travis Scotts. I got I got some the Gucci and Supreme blend sandals. So, you know, just the little small pieces, you know, just add up over time.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I saw you unbox the shoes. I was like, look at this dude. He fucking gets that
Man.
UFC contract. He got to treat himself to some Gucci shoes.
Well, not
Um,
even me, bro. My boy hooked me up.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a gift.
Oh, you didn't have to spend money on that shit?
Yeah, bro. That was like like a $700-800 pair of shoes that my boy hooked me up with.
Yeah, it's crazy to me that fucking it's
Love.
seven or $800 for a pair of Converse with Gucci logos on them.
Yep. Yep.
Fucking
Facts.
ridiculous.
Yep.
Couple
Red
of comments
bottoms.
coming in. My buddy Forrest Daniel said, "Great to have you on the show." He said you made him money on the Contender Series, bro. Thank you so much.
Well, hey man, thank you, Forrest Daniels, for betting on me and believing in me, man. There's a lot of people that thought otherwise, you
Yeah,
know.
my
So that's what I'm talking about.
my boy Garrett Kerman, he's the fight analyst. He does a show and puts out picks, and he was excited for you too. Blake Builder did work.
Yeah, Garrett, you the man. I appreciate that as well, man. We're grinding. I mean, people are judging me based off of like who I was 6 months ago, and I would beat the brakes off of myself 6 months ago. I'd beat the brakes off of myself who I was 1 month ago, 1 week ago. I would beat myself a week ago, right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, that's good that you can
Absolutely.
continually evolve and improve and grow your game as a fighter, but more importantly, as a human being. So,
That's what it's all about.
and you know, it's not too bad to look good while you're doing it, pimping the Gucci
Yeah.
shades, the Gucci shoes, um, and it's awesome, man. Now, there's some people that'll be viewing the show today that don't know a lot about you, you know, because you know you're just popping up on the national scene.
Yep.
Um, but you know, as it is right now for you boys and girls out there, he's 7-0-1. He's 32 years old. So you're a little, I guess, you know, you're a little late to the party when it comes to um, being at this point of your career. 32 years old. Most guys are deeper into their career. So give us a little background on, you know, what got you into this. You know, the late start, I guess, you know, and how we got to the Contender Series.
Yeah, well, we wanted to go pro earlier at like 24, but my MMA coach was like, one more MMA fight, one more MMA fight. So I was like, all right, yeah, one more MMA fight. He wanted to see certain things, like me out wrestle a wrestler, and I purposefully did not finish a guy in the amateurs because I wanted to just beat the brakes off of him and show that I can out wrestle a wrestler. I literally picked the guy up, turned him and slammed him against the cage like Crazy Horse did, because I saw Crazy Horse do it in a fight, because I wanted to show that I was that dominant. And then after the fight, I go, hey, coach, we killed that guy, man. I out wrestled a wrestler. What do you think? Time to go pro? He goes, could have knocked him out. And I'm like, oh my God, bro. I'm like, wow. So I get so pissed off. I fight for RFA on Friday, right? I get so pissed off. Saturday comes around. I'm at the boxing gym, signing up to box so I can get things going. And my boxing coach is like, "Hey, man," he's like, you looking nice. Would you consider doing the Ringside World Tournament?" And this is in 2016. I go, yeah, man, I'm down. When is it? He goes, oh, he goes, we heading out there uh Tuesday. I was like, Tuesday? He's like, yeah. I was like, do you think we can get licensed in time? He's like, oh yeah, we'll get licensed in time, no problem, man.
So
So
wait, hold on. Let
Tuesday,
me back you up. He said Tuesday. What day was this that you were talking to him?
this was Saturday, the next day after the fight.
Oh, okay, I got it. So Sunday, Monday. So
So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we're in the car getting out there. Wednesday, we get registered. We fight Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and win the ringside world tournament.
Well, fucking
I
A.
go back to my MMA coach. I go, how about that? I go, hey man, I finished 2 guys in the tournament. I was like, and won the title. He goes, you didn't even represent the Spartan gym. You could have wore our jersey. I'm like, bro, I cannot with you, bro. I'm like, man. I was like, what do I gotta do, bro? I'm like, oh my gosh, like nothing. I just felt like nothing was good enough for him, and then we focused on boxing pretty much for like a whole year, and then ended up going to one of the regionals. I beat the 3-time Upper Midwest Golden Glove champion, a weight class up at light heavyweight, which is 178. He's now 5-0 with 4 knockouts too, which is I'm proud of him. And that's Leo Medell, man. He was a good fighter. And then we beat a 2-time national champion at light heavyweight, and I box at middleweight, 165. Light
Right.
heavyweight is 178, and I beat a
Crazy.
2-time middleweight, 2-time national champion. And so I'm beating all these guys. I win the regional, the state, the Upper Midwest Golden Gloves, and I go to nationals for boxing, and then we get done doing that. Ended up 18-2 that year for boxing, and we were gonna go pro in boxing, but I just didn't feel confident with the team that I was at. And then we had gotten one more MMA fight. That was my last amateur fight. And then I don't know. I was talking to my manager, Jason House, back in the day. I was like, hey, do you got fights for me? Da, 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 da.
Team Iridium.
Yeah,
Boom,
Team
boom, boom.
Iridium. I was like, let's go pro. Let's go pro. And he said, oh, man, you're like the boogeyman. We can't get you fights up there. So I was like, well, what if I move to California? And he was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He hit me up. He's like, where's your mindset at? Are you not happy with your gym? I'm like, I am, but I just feel like if I signed with you 3 months ago and we still don't have a fight, like, we got to make it happen. So that was it. He said, yeah, if you come out here, we can get you fights. We can get this and that going. So he got me set up in the Fighter House in Irvine, under Timo Yama's gym, and it was a wrap ever since. And that's when we
Colin
started.
Oyama. He's a
Yep.
good coach, man.
Man, he's a bad motherfucker, man.
Oh, he's a bad man, man. I love him to death, man. He's a good coach. He cares about his fighters. He puts
He
in the
really
work
does.
with you guys.
Yep.
You know, I mean, and you look, at the students he has there that have been there forever, like, world champion Carla Esparza, I mean, she's the truth, at 125 or 115.
Yep.
And I remember
Alex
when Carla,
Perez,
yep,
Chito Vera,
Cheeto
Christian
Vera,
Aguilera.
baby.
He got Christian to the UFC. He's still got a good stable too.
So how long you been out in Cali?
I've been out here 4.5 years.
Yeah. You
Yep.
look like you've adapted to the Cali lifestyle quite nicely.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, I never thought I wouldn't take that you were from California or that you were from Minnesota. I go, good. Adopt and adapt. I don't want to look like I'm from Minnesota. I want to look like I'm from here because that makes everybody think I belong here, and me too.
Yeah, well, you're doing it. Obviously, California looks good on you. You've come out there, you've solidified yourself, you've established a place of consistency in your life, and you've become a professional mixed martial artist, and now you're in the UFC.
Yes, sir, man.
Bam.
There's just more. I think there's just more. There's just bigger thinking out here. Like sometimes you can just get comfortable in your environment, and the people around you are comfortable with like just who you are, and when you want to go to become more, sometimes it's like the people around you, it's like, I don't know, sometimes it's like low-key hate, but
Yeah.
it's just like they're just so used to who you are in that moment, and then like when you go for a big audacious goal, sometimes it's like, oh, who do you think you are? And it's like, oh, you're gonna change up on us. Oh, we're just gonna be small people to you. It's like, man, like the people that say that, like, it's like, man, that's such a weird comment to make to somebody.
No doubt.
I would never talk to somebody like that. Like, that's such a weird thing to say, and a lot of people started saying it more and more and more, and I was like, maybe that's a sign that I'm just outgrowing some people, and it's time to move on. And so
There you go.
uh, I just asked Jason. I go, hey, whatever I gotta do to become the best, I go, I'll go. That's where I'll be. I was like, so put me wherever you need me to be in order to take over, and I'll go. I'll do
There you go.
whatever.
Here's the best advice I think you're going to get now that you're in the UFC, and it's from my buddy Alex Clark. Say no to strippers and blow. You're a pro now.
Ah, yes, the old hookers and blow. They will be missed. They will be missed, but I will somehow move forward.
Yeah,
I
I
will
have a
somehow
feeling you'll
move
be
forward.
fine. You know, um, so tell us how you got the invite to the Contender Series.
well,
Actually, wait, hold on. Before you tell me that, I do want to ask you something else because you were talking about doing the boxing tournament and going out there and winning a boxing tournament. So
Yep,
you were good enough to be a pro boxer as well as be a pro MMA fighter, is what I'm gathering from this conversation.
absolutely.
Was the goal to be an MMA pro, or was boxing the other, were they 50-50? Was there a point where you said, fuck it, I'm going to box because I can, do this now, or fuck it, I want to wait till MMA? I mean, which one? Obviously, I'm going to guess MMA won out over boxing because here we are. But was there a point in your life where you said, I can do either one. I'm going to go be a pro boxer?
Absolutely. I mean, my goal was to be a world champion in both.
Ah,
But from the guidance that I had around me, it was I was told to focus on one, and I aligned with that, and I changed my goals. I'm not. It was a goal of mine, and it's still a goal of mine. But this is just the path that I took, and I take guidance and advice from the people who have what I want. So I just decided, like, man, these guys have been here, they've seen it all, so I'm just gonna listen to what they have to say. You know.
yeah. And, I
Yep.
think you made the right choice. I mean, because here's the thing, you're 7-0 as a pro, and
Yep.
you're fighting for the top promotion on the planet Earth in the UFC.
Yep.
In boxing, the politics dictate that at 7-0, nobody's even looking at you. Nobody's even talking about you. Nobody gives a fuck about you
Yep.
until you're like 18 or 19-0. And
Yep.
and then at 18 or 19-0, you get to fight for some regional backwoods championship that really doesn't mean shit, but that's
Yep.
the way you have to play the game. So at 32, you wouldn't even have a chance to get there. So I think the people around you that advised you to follow the MMA path, because again, you're 7-0 and you're in the UFC, and that's the beauty that I love about MMA. You don't have to put in 20 fights to get any kind of recognition. And this is a different sport, it's a different crowd, it's a different view. It's just all different, but it's still a
Yeah.
combat sport. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and you know what, man? We wanted to go pro a lot earlier, but I listened to my coaches and I accept the guidance, and when I decided that it was a little bit too late, I said, you know what? I'm gonna take action, and I'm gonna make these decisions for myself. And I packed everything up in my car and headed down here to California to make it happen, at 27. And then I would have been here 3 years ago, but there was so many guys that said that they wanted the smoke, said that they wanted to fight, and then last minute had to back out. They got the flu last minute. They decided to do a jiu-jitsu tournament a week before our fight, so they could conveniently get injured and tell us that they were injured 4 days after the tournament.
And
Like,
then you
so
see that
much.
fucker next week fighting somewhere else.
100%. I mean, it's like, hey, we all have those doubts. We all have those fears. Like, everybody does. I don't care who you are. Everybody's got it. But it's like, be a man of your word. If you signed up, if you told another man, if you signed a contract and said, this is what I'm gonna do, like, honor your word. Like that. Like, so I mean, people are like, how does it feel? I'm like, familiar. It feels familiar to me because I knew I would get here, and I have the confidence, and I have the team to get here, And so, you know, it was just a matter of time for me, you know, and man, I've been through the trenches, so I worked my ass off to get to where I am, and had to believe in myself when nobody else did, man, you know. So,
Yep.
you know, I'm just excited to be here, and I'm excited to make some moves.
All right. So Contender Series, Jason House is one of the best managers in the game. He's got a shit ton of fighters that have, gone to him, and he's gotten them to the UFC, gotten them to that promised land.
Yep.
So obviously, if you got to the Contender Series, Jason had something to do with getting you there. He's got great, and that's a smart thing. Signing with a big manager like that, who's got connections and can get you in the front door. And so tell us about the phone call when you got the call from Iridium that you're going to be on the Contender Series, because I'm guessing that's how it went down.
Yeah, so you asked earlier how we got there. So we defended the world title against Regivaldo Carvalho, knocked him out, and then after that, my manager, one of my managers, Peter, he was like, "Yo, we're gonna sit tight and wait for an opportunity to come by, but it's gonna start coming in." I go, "All right, bet." And I was in between management, and then I was like in a little uh, I was deciding if I was going to stay with my old management or go with this new management. And I had been with Iridium before, so I know Jason's the man. And so I went to a trip to Guadalajara, met a guy who was 145-1 as a Muay
Jesus.
Thai fighter. He was in Bellator, bad motherfucker, and he was like, "Hey man, it's all about getting your mind right, staying focused." Because I was feeling like kind of down and out. I was feeling a little bit sorry for myself because of my little brother, like, and I was like, man, like, what is life? Trying to, like, I was just like, fuck, man, like, maybe if I was around more, he wouldn't have took his own life and whatnot. And obviously that's not true, but like,
Right.
it just, you have these thoughts, right? And so
Of course. You're
I go
human.
on this I go on this trip, I meet this guy, and he leaves a huge impression on me. So much so that I go back to these old tapes. When I gave my buddy these tapes from Jordan Belfort's straight line persuasion course, and I'm like, man, and he talks about it, and of writing down 60-day goals and how to do it. And I write these 60-day goals down, and I lock it in. I put it on my phone. I have it in writing. I carry it in my wallet. I sign it. I date it, bro, to a T. Everything that I said came true. Everything that I said in that thing came true. I wrote it July 5th. When I came back, I from my trip to Guadalajara, I came back. I wrote it down July 5th. 60-day goals. I said I would fight for the UFC. I said I would win in a dominating fashion, but I said that I'd win by KO.
Yep.
I said I'd win a KO bonus, which I got like a little submission bonus because
that sub was dope, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah, right. So I was like, whatever, close enough. First round, dominating win. So I was right about that. And then I said that I would fight for the UFC in August, have a dominating win. And then I said that I would sign with Iridium. I said that I would organize everything to make it happen with this crew. After I signed that piece of paper, 1 hour later, I get a call from Jason, and I go, "Oh man, this is destiny." And he goes, "Yeah, we have a opportunity for you to fight on Dana White's Contender Series." I go, "When is it?" He goes, "August 30th." I was like, "Bet, sign me up." He's like, "Are you willing to fight?" I go, "I'm willing to fight anybody. Sign me up." And he's like, "Okay, all right, let's get it." Boom, 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 boom. Paperwork's coming. I go, "Oh shit, damn, that's crazy." Process of manifestation happened like that. Boom. I'm like, all right, let's fucking get it. So I'm like, I just wrote that shit down. I was like, man, that was like Moses and the 10 Commandments. I go, let's get this shit. I go, it's written. It's done. It's a done deal. I signed it. I dated it. Everything. I go, that's it. And so I get it, sign all that, and then I look up Alex Morgan. I'm like, oh shit, number one in Canada, number one in Quebec. What gym you
Oops.
from?
What did I do?
TriStar Gym. I
Yeah.
go, well, I guess we better fucking get to work. I was like, I don't care about what gym or who he trains with or who he beat or what his record looked like, but I will say I was like, damn, this is pretty impressive. But this shit's written, bro. I literally wrote this down to a T, so it's mine. It's mine already. So this is gonna look dope when I beat this guy. I go, this is gonna be sick. I go, everybody's gonna go against me. I go, I'll be an underdog again. I go, I'm gonna go to Dana White's Contender Series, and they're all gonna be shocked as fuck. I was like, let's get it. I can't wait.
And you
Let's
did it,
run
man. You wrote it down, you manifested it, and congratulations on all of that. Because that's
Thank
an
you.
awesome story. So do you feel now that you're there, and Dana White did bring it up when he was talking about when he was giving out the contracts, and in the post-fight press conference, he made it pretty clear that he's not looking for 32-year-olds, and you got to give him a reason. You gave him a reason.
Yeah.
Do you feel, before you even get that first official UFC fight, do you feel added pressure on yourself
No.
that you have to like go out there and really kill it every time, or he's going to be like, see that's why I don't sign 32-year-olds,
No, bro. It's like for me, bro, I'm a fighter. So I'm just gonna go out there and fight. Like everybody's like, oh, don't you think if there's a lot of pressure, like you gotta go out there and have a devastating finish and do this and that. I go, look, man, I'm not putting any pressure on myself. Like when I write a goal down and I have it in my head, it's gonna happen. Like I just like it's just, like that's it. Like I don't know how it's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna go down. I can't. All I know is once I write things down, I relax and let everything just flow, and it just seems to go, as planned every single time.
Well, that's a blessing because it doesn't work that way for everybody. So,
Yeah.
you've got something good going on there. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ride it out, brother.
Yes, sir.
Has there been any talk yet about first official booking, or is that too soon?
Still in the works. Still in the works. But what's crazy, Chris, is I didn't even know about November 12th for Madison Square Garden when I was doing that interview with Lauren Sanko.
Right.
And then after I did the interview, there was like my DMs were flooded with people. They're like, there's a card November 12th. I was like, well, shit, let's run it. So like, I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know when my next fight will be. Like this is all new to me. I'm just getting introduced, but I'd like to get back in there soon. I'd like to get something set in stone and get it cracking like chapped lips.
Yeah. Get it cracking like chap lips. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that before. That's pretty goddamn funny. I like
There we
it.
go.
I like it a
Let's
lot.
go.
Yeah, like, and I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I drive Uber, so I was driving Uber that night, and I wasn't going to watch the fights till I got home. Like I was
Right.
like, I'll just watch the replay later on. But my boy SD Dumas was fighting on that card. He's from Pensacola, Florida. I'm a ring announcer. I announce for Island Fights and sometimes for Icon and Game Bread.
Oh, is that Hood Wolf?
Huh?
Is that Hood Wolf?
Who?
The black dude?
No, SD. Sadiq Dumas. He fought in the co-main.
Oh, okay.
Got that 47-second fucking finish of the fucking standing guillotine. He's the first fighter out of Pensacola. Yeah. I've watched him from his amateur days. I've been announcing him for a long time. So I was like, fuck me, I'm just going to turn on. So I turned it on right at the beginning when you were walking out. And I was like, I watched you and your boy Alex walk into the cage. And I'm looking at this and, I didn't have the odds in front of me and I wasn't going to go look. And I just, sometimes I just look at guys and I go, all right, this guy's going to kick this guy's ass. And I was listening to the hype about the other guy. And I was like, he's going to fucking lose. I said, this fucking dude over here with his fucking braids in, ready to go out there and fucking take somebody. And then fucking, they showed the tail of the tape and everything else. And it said you were 32. And I said, yeah, this guy's going to be hungrier and he's going to go out there and put on a fucking show and get a win.
Yep.
I also expected a knockout. I knew a little bit about you, but I didn't know everything about you. I did a little more research after I saw you win. because it's hard to keep up with all these guys that come through the Contender Series, you know, when they're coming in from so many different regional promotions. And, you know, while I follow the sport, you know, religiously, I don't know everybody, you know, so sometimes, you know, just like the regular fan, sometimes I get introduced to guys through the Contender Series. And I'm glad I tuned in right when I tuned in, because it was a perfect time. You were walking out, then he comes out, and then I'm like watching, and I'm like, and I'm sitting in the airport parking lot, right? And I'm watching on my phone, like, holy fuck, look at that fucking submission. Goddamn right, man. And I was like, so glad I tuned in. And then I was commenting, I was like, first underdog to cash on the night. That's what I'm talking about, because I love when the dogs cash. Love when the dogs cash. I'm not a gambling man, but I just like the dog when they cash, man. So you were that dog, man. You got that dog in you.
Barking at him.
Fucking
all day.
Well, dude, man, I got to tell you, you are definitely a breath of fresh air coming into that featherweight division. It's going to be nice, and hopefully, you know, they'll book you soon, and they'll give you, you know, some legit opponents, you know, to fucking go in there and fucking test your mettle. Because I know you don't want no gimme fights, and you're not going to get a gimme fight in the UFC, you know, unless you're fighting CM Punk. There are no gimme fights in the UFC. So, you know, but it really, it's fucking an awesome story. Sorry about your brother. That sucks.
I appreciate that, man. It, you know,
but it's not your fault, you know. So I know you've come to terms with that, and it's not. And I just want to reaffirm that to you. You know,
thank you.
People
bro.
that go down that path, nothing could stop them. There's nobody or no one that's going to stop somebody that's determined to take their own life at some point.
Yeah.
And it hurts. It sucks. You go through all the emotion, the guilt. You know, what could I have done differently to help? You know, so he'd still be here. And the answer is nothing. You know, that person was.
You know what? I went back and like listened to our Instagram messages, and man, it made because like I get forgetful, you know, like I get forgetful. I don't maybe I could have did this. No, man. Me and him are smiling and laughing and talking shit to each other, and he's telling me his game plan about how he's gonna bring his buddy to work and make a little bit of money, like by carpooling them, and he's doing Uber Eats and all this, and I'm giving him shit, telling him that he needs to step his barber game up, and you know, like bantering back and forth, man, and going
like
back
brothers
and hearing his voice, like brothers do. I'm like, man, I was like, why'd you make your boy look like Edgar, bro? You know, you know, like man, the fate is all messed. So, you know, like, but just giving each other shit, you know, and having fun, you know, and that's what it's all about, man. You know, it's like looking back at the good times that we had, and it was amazing, man. I that win was for him, you know. It's been an emotional ride the past 6 months, you know. So my grandma said that it was her dying wish to see me fight in Madison Square Garden. So I'm doing this for everybody else, man. I'm doing this for myself, but man, like, people need me right now, you know. And so I got to step my game up and be the best that I can be in order to help my family and the people who are suffering in silence, and the people who, you know, might be, you know, thinking about taking their lives, or caught in depression, and just feeling stuck, man. You know, there's a way out, man.
Yeah, there's a way out, you know, if you want it. You know, the problem is that some people don't see the way out, and the only way out for them is to leave, you know, permanently, and that sucks.
Yeah, the way out is the way in.
That's,
you know,
right.
You gotta go within, man. You know, people nowadays are looking at the Instagram, and everybody's highlights on there, and Snapchat, and everybody's doing this and everybody's doing that, and everybody's just distracting themselves, you know. But we gotta go within, and have that alone time, and do some fasting, and be alone with our thoughts, man, and find out what we really want, find out what we really value, find out what we're prioritizing in life, or what we need to prioritize in life. And that's where transformations happen and paradigms shift.
Yeah, and you know, social media, you brought it up, and social media, you know, brought us all closer together and put us all further apart at the same time. It's such
I
a
know, man. Such a
extreme.
catch-22, right?
Oh, it's horrible. I mean, I love it. I'm able to reach out to people like yourself and get you to come on the
Yeah, me
show and
too.
introduce you to some people. And at the same
Blessings.
time, this is just like, girls get all caught up in, oh, I got to fucking do this filter on my face because somebody's going to think I'm ugly, or my outfit
Yeah,
ain't right, or,
yeah.
damn, I ain't wearing Jordan, so I ain't fucking cool. I don't got no Gucci shades, all these things. No,
I'm like, ooh, it's
but
true.
that's
It's true.
the reality. Somebody's gonna,
It's
and
true.
I'm not
It's
saying this
true.
to make you feel bad. You've
No,
earned it
no,
in life, but
of
there's
course.
gonna be somebody that sees you on them Gucci shades and feels bad about that they don't have Gucci shades, and
Yeah.
instead of saying to themselves, "Well, shit, if that man can do it, I'm gonna find my path to my Gucci shades." They go the
Yep.
other direction and they fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
internalize,
Exactly.
and that's what happens to people, and it's not your fault.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with celebrating your life and your accomplishments. And don't change, fucking be you.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do, is be yourself. So and fuck it, dude, the Gucci shades are fucking pimp, man. I don't know
I know, right?
if I can
You
get
know,
them.
and I gotta, and I gotta let people know that, it's like, man, you know, you can have the nice things, but it's like the things that I truly value in life are like I go out with my buddy the other day, and his kids are just like holy smokes, like Blake's in the UFC now, and I'm bowling with him and his daughters and his wife, and then we we eat some food, we go on the go-karts, and it's shut down, so they have a ranch, so we end up riding horses on a trail, and it's just beautiful, man. It's
That's
just
awesome.
like it's just awesome, and it's moments like that, man, that where it matters, where it's just like, even if we weren't doing nothing, it's just like being in each other's presence. No, no, we're messing around on our phones a little bit, but I'm making them laugh. I'm like telling, oh, I'm gonna go ride noble stallions throughout the night, and they're just like laughing, and it's just like that company, that family environment, like being there for one another.
Right.
Like I'm doing a lot of this, and I'm pushed to do a lot of this because I don't want my family sitting around and thinking about all the bad things in life. I want them focused on, like, oh man, all right, Blake's out here doing this and doing that, and I'm trying to give inspiration and encouragement and motivation to go out and do better and want more and seek to have more in life, whether it's internally and then externally,
Makes sense to me.
right?
Makes sense to me. I like it.
Yeah.
Would you ever bare knuckle?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Hey, I was gonna do before we got signed for the Dana White Contender Series. I was gonna do a stand up MMA boxing fight.
Interesting.
Yeah, just all stand up with MMA gloves on. So pretty close, but
Yeah.
like a little different. I think it was like 3 3-minute rounds,
Interesting.
something like that. I don't
That's a
know how.
little. I've never heard of that one yet. I've seen
I've
I've seen bare knuckle MMA now, because I announced for Masvidal's Game Bread Promotions, the very first bare knuckle MMA show in the States.
Oh, no
Um,
way.
oh yeah, it was fucking dope, bro. I mean, bare knuckle MMA is it just adds another level to MMA, dude. When you're fucking going bare knuckle, but you can do everything in MMA, still the takedowns and the wrestling and all the grappling. It's fucking awesome.
Oh,
So.
damn. That's wild.
Yeah. And Masvidal is the only promoter that's been doing it. So,
Smart, man.
it's fucking sick, because Bare Knuckle came out and fucking Bare Knuckle is on fire, man. There's a lot of guys that have, left the UFC. Ben Rothwell, big heavyweight. He just signed with BKFC. He's fighting October 1st.
My boy Tony Lopez did it. My boy, hey, everybody got to watch out for my boy Mike Richmond, man.
Mike Richmond is a
That
motherfucking beast from
Mike Richmond's
Minnesota.
fucking savage, man. I used to train with him up at the Minnesota Fight Factory when we had Sergio Cuna there.
Right.
I didn't train there a lot, but I trained with him a few times, man. He's a good dude. He was a quiet guy, and man, he was on that's when he was on a fucking tear, and he was just murking people, man. And
He's
me
still
and
murking
him,
people at BKFC,
yeah,
man.
he's a beast, man. I really have always admired and respected Mike, man. He's a good dude.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I've had him on the show. He's a lot of fun. I've watched him fight live. He's just a beast. And he made his way into Bellator and did some good things at Bellator and all that great stuff.
Yep.
But I think this is the best Mike Richmond we're seeing right now at this stage of his life and his career. And I think bare knuckle, for guys like Mike Richmond and guys like Mike Perry, I think bare knuckle was just built for them to come to, and it's
Oh,
awesome.
hell yeah.
Oh,
hell yeah.
But you're kind of on the fence, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Obviously, you can't do it now. I mean, because you just signed a contract to the UFC, and they're not going to let you go bare knuckle.
No, my focus is full fledged on getting into the UFC, making waves in it, dominating fashion, taking over, and climbing the totem pole and getting to the top, man.
Well, and like I said, it's good to have the right people in your corner when you get to this spot in your career. And Jason House being your manager is fucking perfect for you. He's going to be able to get you fights. You're not going to sit on the shelf for a long time because he has so many guys there. And they, when they're putting the cards together on Tuesdays, matchmaking, I'm sure, his name's on speed up. Hey, Jason, I got this, and this. What do you got for us? And fucking, he'd be like, I'll call you back in 15. And he's like, I got you, you, and you. And then he's got his team, and they're making phone calls and sending out text messages. So it's fucking awesome, bro. Like I said, I'm excited for you, man. It's going to be a good time to see you step into the octagon. And I say this, the octagon for real, even though you just fought in the octagon inside the Apex. It's still a different. It's just a little bit of a different vibe when you get that official UFC fight. But I think, and I think that's one of the reasons I love the Contender Series. While it's not in front of a huge crowd, you're in the octagon and you're fighting in front of Dana White, and looks a little something like this. Boom, there it is.
Oof.
We're at the Contender Series. See how magically transported right there, man.
Fucking, yeah, man. Abracadabra.
Boom. But I think it's a good thing for fighters to make a stop there before they get to the octagon. I think it helps with the octagon jitters. And, some people say they're not real. I've talked to too many guys that told me straight to my face. Sometimes they won't say it on the air on the show. But I know so many fighters. I've been in this game a long time. And they've told me that the octagon jitters are real. Doesn't matter how many fights you've had. Doesn't matter who you fought. Doesn't matter, how many people you fought in front of before. That first time you step in the UFC, you walk in that cage door and it's like a little like, ooh. And the real ones push through it.
Yeah, mine is always like in the locker room. I just hate waiting.
Oh, I'm an impatient son of a bitch. Oh, I think you got a text message or a phone call.
Yeah,
I think you had a text message or a phone call.
Yeah, they tried calling me, but
those bastards.
Yeah. Everybody wants a piece. But it's in the background, or it's like in the hotel room. It's like when you're not doing nothing, that's when it's like, fuck, man, like come on, like I just want to get to this. I want to get it cracking. Like I want to go, man.
Yep, and you sit back there for hours.
Yeah, you sit back there for hours, man, but once I step in the cage, man, I feel great. I'm like, this is what I was destined to do.
Yeah, as a ring announcer, man, I feel your pain because I get to an arena, a couple hours before a show, and I'm all tucked up and ready to go, and then I got to walk around and like fuck, and I start getting that build up. Yeah, and I'm in a tux and I'm waiting. Fighters are showing up. Then we got to have a fighters meeting and everything else. And while my anxiety about it is different than yours, because I'm not going in there to potentially get my butt kicked. I'm going in there just to announce guys that might get their butt kicked.
Right.
But I'm still, but once I walk in there, that first pop into the ring or the cage, I'm like, I'm home.
Yeah.
And I just flow like you. I just flow. And it's so comforting to be there. Some people get the nervousness about it, but I'm comfortable inside there. That's where I belong. That's what I want to do. If I could figure out a way to give Bruce Buffer a big fat wedgie and fucking take over his job, I would do that tomorrow. But that's not going to happen. So he's embedded, son of a bitch.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, man, structured chaos is it's been my jam my whole life. So, I'm always calm in chaos. It really doesn't phase me. I'm pretty like even keel. Mike Richmond said, I was like, how you feeling there, bro? It's like when I was an amateur, and he's like, if bullets can fly past my head, he's like, I'm not that worried about getting in the cage and having something happen and then having a guy who's willing to break it up. And I'm like,
no doubt.
Damn, that's real. Shit.
That's real right there. That's almost too real. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
and most people don't know, but I saw my buddy get killed in front of me.
Oh,
my buddy died in the cage, and when we went to the hospital, like after he got the ambulance brought to him, Dan the King Kaiser, they pronounced him 0% brain activity.
Oh my
but they
God.
flew him from the hospital in a helicopter to I think I forget which hospital, but they performed 2 brain surgeries and saved his life. Man, I talked to him and chopped it up with him just last week.
That's awesome.
A few days ago, man. It was like a reunion, bro. It was incredible.
That's good shit right there, bro. Fucking A. Blessings around you all your life.
Just like I told Cormier, bro. He goes, "How you feeling, man? How you feeling, man?" I go, "Blessed and highly favored, bro."
Amen.
He goes, "Blessed and highly favored." Hey, man, I like that. He's like, "Gotta go out there, put on a show, man. Show them how it's done, man. Go, don't take any shit." I go, "I'm good, bro. You're gonna see." I go, "You'll see. Just watch."
And you did it all. The question I didn't ask you that I'm going to ask you, we'll end on this question.
All
right. How did it feel to sit there in the fucking director's chair and Dana White comes up, with Larasenko, he's making the announcements, and, Blake Bilder, come on over, you're in the UFC. How did that feel, man?
It felt like familiar is like the only way I could say it. Like I already knew it. Like I felt like even when he was doing like the 32-year-old like crack, I was like, this dude's just talking shit. I was like, I like this guy. I was like, he's just talking shit. I was like, he's just like building contrast, that like that's good TV. Like he gets it, so I see behind what people are saying sometimes. Like I see past like the words and I see like the mindset behind things. I was like, oh, I like this guy. And it's funny, they put me on the Yahoo sports page, and then they were talking about the 22-year-old Japanese guy that got the knockout, but they had my photo on that. And I was like, man, like God's got such a good sense of humor, bro. It's just funny. People are like, wait, you're 22 now? I'm like, yeah, bro, I gotta change.
And you're
my
Japanese.
And I'm Japanese. Hey, I was like, after that 32-year-old comment, I had to change things up a little bit.
Do what you got to do, man, to make it all work.
Yeah,
amen, brother. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking the time and giving us some knowledge on your background and spending a little time with us on Labor Day. I really do. I enjoyed the conversation very, very highly. We will definitely have you back on again. If you want to come back on anytime, you're going to be more than welcome. Like to have you as a regular guest on my list. I got a few guys I always love to talk to because they always bring something fun to the show. And, that's one of the reasons when I do these shows, especially with guys that are new, I can figure out, if they got the staying power. And, you've got the looks, you can fight, and you can talk on the mic for hours endlessly.
Absolutely, man.
You're a winner.
I'm here to stay.
You check
here
all the
to
boxes,
stay.
dude. You check all the boxes. Now, before I let you go, there is one thing that we like to do with first-time guests on the show, and I always ask, you're a fighter, so you're afraid of nothing?
Of course.
All right, man. Well, on the first time on my show, I always get the fighters to do something that, for some of them, makes them feel very uncomfortable. Some of them
Okay.
fucking just cut it up and fucking they have a good time with it.
Yeah.
So first time guest on the show, and you can't be I'm telling you now, nobody's said no so far. And this is episode 333, and nobody's ever said no. We're talking at least 300 guests, and probably fucking 285 unique guests. So, here it is. You ready? I asked people the first time on the show to sing for us.
Oh, man. Hey, I got a good one. Hey, I'm a white boy, but I can sing in Spanish.
Oh, shit. Well, drop it on us, son.
All right, here we go. You ready for this? Hey, this one's for all for the lonely ladies who have lost a loved one before.
Oh, damn, you even got a dedication ready.
Adiós, amor, me voy de ti, y esta vez para siempre. Mires en marcha atrás porque sería fatal. Adiós, amor, yo fui de ti, el amor de tu vida. Y si una vez usted creer cómo duele perderte, mi resigna olvidarte, porque me fallaste, porque me fallaste, porque me fallaste.
Outstanding. I usually ask for like 10 or 15 seconds. You gave me a fucking song, bro. I'm fucking digging that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you were saying, but I don't give a fuck.
Hey, the Spanish-speaking people will fucking appreciate that. I promise you.
I'm guessing they will. Especially you said the lonely ladies. It's funny, dude. Again, you talk about your flow, and I said sing, and you were like, "All right, I got one for you." And this one's to all the Latin ladies that have lost a lover. You were on point, dude. Fucking.
Adios Amor by Christian Nodal.
It's funny because I ask guys to do this or girls, and they all get like, and they freeze up, and that's why I do it, just to put them in an uncomfortable spot. You didn't even flinch, dude. I fucking love it.
Oh man, I thought
I'm gonna make you my second of all time as far as singing performances. The person that is ahead of you is Courtney Cast Iron Casey, female fighter in the UFC.
Oh man!
But I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. Because she came on, and I had actually warned her ahead of time that she was gonna have to sing. And I warned her ahead of time because we had roots together in the XFC. She fought there. I was a ring announcer there, so I had to give her a heads up. So she comes on the show. We do our interview, and we get done. I go, "All right, Courtney Casey, it's time to sing." Making her, and I'm like, "Ladies and gentlemen, making her singing debut. It's the velvety voice of Courtney Casey." And she sits there and she goes like this. She's like, "In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days, chilling out, maxing outside of the school." And she did the whole fucking song, dude. Fucking nailed it. I was like, damn. Totally, I didn't expect that to come from her. And the only other, there's been some, like, I had a guy come on, Impa Kasangane. He did What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong, and he sounded just like him, like, I hear bells ring.
Hey, that's good.
But he did it much better. I've had Sherrard Blackledge, who is going to be coming to the UFC soon. He did what did he do? He beatboxed for us, dude. He goes, "I can't sing, but I'll beatbox," and he dropped fucking beats on us, dude. So it's always fun when we get people to come on here and do it. Mike Perry's been on here. He did some gangster rap. Fucking, it's just fun shit. But nobody has sung in Spanish before, so that's a big win right there.
And I'm a güero, bro, like a white boy with a Mexican nickname. I cannot.
Yeah, hey, now that you said that, how the fuck did that even happen?
Well, I was dating this Mexican girl when I moved down here, Nadalyn, and she's from Compton. And we were driving from Compton to Irvine, and we were gonna go on like a little date or something. I had to pick up something from the fighter house, and I heard the song come on the radio, And I was like, damn, what is that song? And she's like, it's kind of sad. I was like, ¿Por qué tú triste? Like, why are you sad? And she's like, she's like, listen to she's like, I'll share the lyrics with you in English. And then I was listening, I was like, hey, I don't care about it being sad. I feel it in my heart. I was like, I
Right?
love this song. And so I had to learn the lyrics, and I just taught myself.
No, that part now I know the backstory of how you got that song, but the nickname El Animal.
Oh, El Animal. Oh, so I saw my boxing coach today. My boxing coach came down for the Ortiz fight, him versus Andy Ruiz. And
Right.
so I was hitting pads with him. We were getting ready for National Golden Gloves, and his hand would always get to shaking like this. And I was like, damn, you good, Aaron? He's like, fuck no. He's like, my fucking hand hurts. He's like, Blake, you know what your fucking name is? I was like, Blake. And he's like, no, pinche el animal. I was like, fuck yeah. What does that mean? He's like, it means you're the fucking animal. I go, fuck yeah. I like that.
Oh, I love it, dude. Pinche El Animal. Dude, you're
Pinche
fucking
al animal.
your accent on that is fucking epic, dude. Fucking I would have thought you're Mexican. Fucking hey, could have fooled
Hey,
me.
I know, right? Hey,
All right, well,
I'm good at it.
you're fired, dude, and everything you're doing, man. I'm digging it, man. I'm digging the vibe that you're bringing to the show tonight, man, and just digging the vibe in your life, dude. Fucking, I'm happy for you.
Thank
I
you,
can't
brother.
wait to
Thank
see
you.
when they fucking finally announce it. Fucking your first fight. Make sure you message me and let me know, and we'll get on here and we'll cut it up again.
I got you, brother.
Before I let you go, shout out all your sponsors. Anybody you want to give some love to, friends, family, sponsors, and give everybody your social media so they know how to follow you on Instagram and Snap if you got all those, because that's important. And when you get off the show, go into the comments of the show and type it all there if you don't mind,
Got
because
you.
people are going to want to see, follow you. You're definitely a very followable, likable guy, and we want to help you grow in any way possible.
I appreciate it. At Blake the Builder, BLAKETHEBILDER for Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. I think it's just Blake Builder. You can follow my YouTube, The Builder System. I'm gonna start getting that cracking more. My sponsors: Carnivore Trading, Drip Drop, Rhino Rush, Fuego Delta 8. We got some new ones coming in, but they're not with me, so I can't say them yet. But we got Massage Matters, Kessler Family Wellness, Tacos Manuel, and then people to thank, man. My coach Flame, I love that motherfucker, man. That's my brother. That's my ride or die. That's my boy. My coach Adam, my coach Felipe Fogelin up at Triunfo, Subfighter MMA, man. Old coaches, new coaches, old teammates, even though not a lot of them be congratulating me, but that's all right. I know how it is. It's all good, you know. And then I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Amen.
I wanna thank my grandma. I wanna thank my mom, my brother, my teammates, and just a shout out to my little brother Braden, man. I know he's in heaven smiling down.
That's awesome, brother. Well, listen, been a pleasure. Keep it Gucci like you always do. And fucking, I think things just gonna fucking work out for you, brother.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, my boy.
Yeah, and keep those parties going, man. Those big fucking epic houses. Fucking, I saw the videos, man. You look like you were having the time of your life. Like I said, you're unboxing Gucci. You got everything going in the right direction right now. So just keep that flow going, man. And we can't wait to see what they got for you next inside the UFC for your debut. Because you got Madison Square Garden coming up, which would be epic. You got December 3rd, man. Maybe you get on that card in Orlando. If you do, I'll definitely come over and meet you. We'll go get some fucking we'll go drink some water while you're cutting weight or something together. We'll do something cool like that, man. I was gonna say we're gonna go out to lunch, but
that's some Perrier. Maybe afterwards we'll
get some pizza after the fights. We'll fuck up some pizza and some fucking
fight.
ice cream and shit, dude. We'll tear it up,
some
fucking
cheesesteaks, some gelato. Fuck yeah, I'm down.
I'm in for the cheesesteak, bro. Fucking boom. So listen, you enjoy the rest of your day because it's only 6 o'clock out there. You can still go have some Labor Day barbecue.
Oh yeah, we got some good plans tonight.
Well, you go out there and kill it, man. And again, congratulations on all the success, man. Can't wait to see where the road takes you down next. And we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, I appreciate you a lot, man. God bless you.
All right. Thank you, man. Same back at you, man. Be well. Peace.
All right, late.
Boys and girls, that was Blake Bilder, man. El Animal with the fucking Latin songs on there. Fucking bring you the Latin vibe. The Cage Side with Christopher James right here, man. That's right. He was bringing the Latin love to the ladies. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, girls. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know what he's talking about because I don't know the words, but you Latin ladies, you know he was throwing out the love. But that's going to do it for us tonight, man. My other guest, Brad Kelly, was out in the woods camping. I don't think he made it back yet. So we're going to jump out of here, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Thank you for being a part of my life today and for allowing me to be a part of yours for just a small period of time. It means the world to me right here in my heart. But we got to dip out and go eat some grub. So you all have a good night. We'll catch you fucking soon. Peace out. I am Christopher James. You've been Cage Side. Good night, everybody.
What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell's Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
So it produces. There you go, baby.